Greetings, my fellow explorers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Stranded Alien Dawn, Episode 6, Fueled Expeditions. And the hot air balloon is coming together. Nice. Now, Simon, what are you working on? You are butchering the Scarabée. Did we end up getting those? Okay, yeah, we're good. So these bugs will turn into more fuel. And that balloon is about to get constructed. And that's a lot of insect meat that we can turn into animal oils for food or fuel. I'm also going to start to make smoke leaf pipes out of the smoke leaf that we have that got dried on the rack. But I'm going to put that queue underneath liquid fuel, because liquid fuel is probably a bit more important for our exploration. Hauling is still high priority. Yeah, let me take that off. It's helpful until there's only really distant things left to do. And here is the expedition. So we're going to fuel this up with liquid fuel for it to work. And then I can click expedition and go explore. And I'm going to pick Quinn to go explore, because Quinn has a bonus to expedition speed. And he is going to go fly his little hot air balloon over that way. How he steers, I have no idea. He's just magic. But off he goes on our very first expedition, where he's going to be off map tile for a while. And again, I sent him because he loves going on expeditions, and expeditions takes less time. Hey Simon, you know what you could do to impress me? Is craft CPU cores while he's out. I really want that extra turret built. So, it may be wishful thinking, but I think I can see a house in the distance. I'm not completely sure, because it's heavily covered with greens. I'm going to go there immediately. I found a small house. Its roof half sunken, half covered with looks like moss or slime. I'm going to see if there is... I'm going to play it safe and come back, because he has low combat skill, so there's a high risk of injury. I don't really need to get him busted up. And it also just unlocked a space junk expedition as well. So here he is coming in from his first expedition, landing like a pro. It used up the fuel, but it allows for additional expeditions. So I can go back to explore or go to a space chunk expedition that is here for 3 days and 22 more hours. And some of these expeditions will also yield colonists as well. That's one of the benefits, if you want to grow your population. Although, I will say, growing your population just makes it harder to win the game, to some degree or another. So in the morning, we're going to have Simon try to make that CPU core for us. Getting a little impatient. And it's New Year's Eve. So let's celebrate New Year's Eve tonight. Something like a good fireworks show. I have no idea where they get the fireworks from, but don't ask. It's magic. Alright, Simon, I'm watching you. I want that CPU core today. There we go. Queued him up for it. What is the win condition? Leaving the planet. That's the... It's a little bit more complicated than that, but yeah, that's the long and short of it. It's getting your people back into orbit. Off planet. Alright, being warned about old equipment. I think this is for the bow, so that I'm not really concerned about that. These guys don't belong to their colony. They're trying to actually eat our crops. But I have so much food at the moment that I just don't care if they eat the crops. Doesn't make much difference to us. Because I have a huge stockpile of melons and berries still. And meat. Did we refuel this? Not yet. Nope. I might not even have the fuel for it. No, I don't have any liquid fuel at the moment. Because Simon's been crafting the CPU core. But now with that CPU core, that gives me the opportunity to make the machine gun turret that we've been lacking over here. So Simon is now working on the fuel again. And I'm being told I don't have enough space. So, on this bench here, raw food oils is going to be allowed. Copy the restriction and paste it. Because oils don't decay on these shelves. Tangier, thanks for gifting that a sub. And it's New Year's Eve, and we're going to celebrate. Come on out, everyone. Laura's the only one. Woo! If you ever wanted to attract enemies to your base, this would be how. Oh, it's raining? Boo! Well, at least they're getting the plus 20 for the celebration, even if they're in the rain, which is a bit of a minus. Oh, I guess they weren't in the rain long enough for it to be a malice to them. That's good. What expedition should I run? I'll have you guys pick. The Space Junk or the Explorer, returning back to the original exploration one. Let you guys vote on that. Cinelibbles, thank you for the gifted subs. And welcome. Cheers. All right, the turret that we very much wanted is getting made now. Now that I'm planting our crops back, I'm going to make sure that these Ulfin don't eat them anymore. Just shoot them, keep them away. And leather armor finally got researched, so... Next up, let's do nanotube printing. Yeah, I could have Quinn as a higher priority hunter. That way he builds up his combat. The problem is he's indifferent to combat, so he's not going to not going to level it up quickly. So in that case, it might be best that even though he is the inexperienced shooter, that he only goes on expeditions that are kind of non-hostile because of some of the limitations that he has. How much fuel do I have now? Still 0. Wow. All right. Simon, take your time. It's no rush. I'm going to freeze the smoke leaf pipe. With the leather armor crafted, I could make leather armors if I wanted to. I'm not too concerned at the moment. But as you can see, leather boots are down here, leather leggings, leather vest, and leather helmet. Because I hide behind turrets, I don't feel the need to armor up like that, though. And these guys do not want me to have a farm field. That's okay. I'm doing just fine on food. So it looks like you guys want me to go on the explore, and I'll do that just a minute. Still being told insufficient storage space, and this one is because I have sticks. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. So sticks is gonna, and hay is gonna be removed from these as well, because I believe you can store them on these shelves here. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, I might need to just add some additional stockpiles. One of the things that you could do is, or what I will do, is just expand by, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, actually, let's do that. I take that back. We don't need as many shelves as we currently have, so I'll change this up. So, let's go to activities and go to deliver, so we can break this down and replace it with a floor stockpile so that I don't run out of room for wood. They're raising the crops? Yes, they are. Almost have enough, well, not almost, but I'm working on the fuel to be able to go on another expedition. There we go, that's what I wanted. So we'll put stockpiles down in lieu of shelving, and that way we can store more wood. Laura's getting good at planting with farming with all the replanting she has to do. True. You'd think there'd be like more wild food for these guys to eat, but they just keep hovering around my crops, which is fine. If I really cared, I would have put it behind palisade walls, but it's really not that big of a deal. Or alternatively, just plant inside my own walls, as that is a perfectly viable solution because there's arable land inside too. The chests and wardrobes are really good for clothing and weapons and items. They're pretty space efficient. They're actually very space efficient. I just hadn't built them yet, but I could put some wardrobes in the bedrooms that don't have research benches, and that will free up a little bit of space. Because I don't have a ton of armor, it's like not that big of a deal. But it's not a terrible thing to queue up. Still haven't made that fuel, though. I will sow the cloth blossom, though, now that we're in spring. And then, because I'm rather low on cloth blossom, I will harvest the wild stuff out here that I left from last season. Ooh. We have some brain parasites going on in Simon. That's not good. Gonna try to cure that ASAP. Oh, there he goes, already cured. I used medicine and he's back to normal. Because I did have some first aid kits left over from salvaging. Hey, don't hit that! Oh man, from salvaging the ship. So let's add some additional lightning rods to prevent important things from being zapped. Because I have to deliver 26 mellow alloys to this machine gun turret to repair it, whereas the lightning rod only costs 10 scrap, so it's very economical to get lightning rod coverage. And because I have room in my batteries, it's actually producing a fair bit of power too. There we go. So that one's covered, and then this one will cover this side. Eventually I'll put one out here once it's necessary, but it isn't at the moment. So we have all the important bits of the base kind of covered by lightning rods. Is it too warm indoors? Yeah, it's getting kind of warm. Let's research... Oh, unlocks Tachyon source expedition. Cool. Yeah, let's start working on air conditioning. So I'll do heat pump first, and then work my way back to try to manage the indoor temperature of our base. The other thing I could do is to extinguish the fire and keep that out and off so that it doesn't keep the inside too warm. And then also I could do windows and add some windows in to the base if there's any free side cells, although I pretty much have the walls completely covered in installations, so maybe not that. Are the heaters in the bedroom still turned on? They are. I could turn them off as well. Another thing that you're able to do is to put them on like a thermostat so that they manage themselves automatically, but that costs a CPU core, so that's something to be done like in the far-flung future when we have plenty of CPU cores to spare, but right now all the CPU cores goes straight to automatic weapons. Get out of here. That's another thing that you could do is the turrets can start to hunt for you if animals encroach too closely. So that's something we could do over here, is to have turret, like, just to mess with the animals once I have a little bit more CPU cores, to install a turret just to shoot at anything that comes onto the farm fields, given that the turret coverage will allow it for it. As you can see, these guys are just bleeding out as a result of being within the line of sight of those turrets. I should track what Simon does in a given day. Maybe he's just been making clothing or something, but well, actually, there's a lot of in-stock animal fats. So I probably just need to put him on the workbench over here to make the liquid fuel. A very aggressive scarecrow? Yeah, well, scarecrow that kills. Because that, this Ulfin here is gonna die. Plop. Are still on high priority haul? They are. That might be another reason why we haven't been doing crafting. Although I can't imagine there's actually too much to haul at the moment. Well, now there is, because we're farming. But there wasn't before. And here's the tube plant. Almost have this analyzed. So this is Heptagonia. And Heptagonia can be harvested for sweet syrup. And then if we wanted to plant it, as you can see, the fields around our base are not good for its planting. It really likes to be on rocky soil. But I think what I'm going to do here is just to harvest the wild stuff and then not worry about farming it myself, not at least yet. But that allows for some additional fun, tasty recipes. So buttermelon pie is grain and buttermelons. It wouldn't be terrible for me to go analyze some of that. And then the chef's recipes, fruitcake is made with sweet syrup and grain and fruits. So I would say grain cob is probably the next most important crop for me to analyze. So I'm going to go over here and analyze that crop there. While Simon makes liquid fuel. And he is making fuel and filling up the hot air balloon. Perfect. And Lara now has 100 syrup. And this syrup here has infinite shelf life if it's under a roof, so we can take it off of the freezer. It's not necessary to have it in the freezer, so take other off and then put other in here. Copy and paste. That way we save room in the freezer for things that actually need to be frozen. But there is a nice variety of meals in there now. There's, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of meals, I think. Yeah. Alright, another expedition is ready. So there's the Tachyon source, explore. And you guys wanted to explore, so I'll go back there with, I'll go with Quinn and just risk him anyway. Because he's faster. Ooh, 55 Scarabei. Fun. Quinn's like, I'm out of here. Get me in that balloon. Let me go. So away he goes. And Simon is cooking up some additional liquid fuel, both to rearm the flamethrowers, because I'm sure the Scarabei will take quite a lot of fuel to kill, and then also to refuel the balloon. So expedition complete. I got a data core, and it unlocks a breakthrough research for us, which is carbon wind turbines. So carbon nanotuned wind turbines, which are more effective than regular wind turbines. That's cool. That's what we got off that. And the bugs are attacking. I am going to have my colonists aid on this one because there's just so many bugs. I want more shooters. And with any luck, they'll come in both doors to spread out the stress. Oh, why are you unpowered? Go inside. There we go. Now it's firing up. Okay. Done. One of the flamethrowers did break, so I'm going to need to repair that. But that's 55 bugs that I didn't really have to kill myself. And Quinn already has the balloon for next expedition. So there's either the Explorer or Attack Source. Have you vote on which I take? I'm going to leave Quinn here for a little bit longer, though, because I need him to affect some of the repairs. The flamethrower and some of the gates that got damaged. That's weird. No raw food, no cooked food. Actually, no anything but construction materials. There we go. Oh, nothing like spam bots in the chat. Cute. Love when they pop out. So it looks like the Tachyon source is what you guys want me to do. The Explorer has diminishing returns, so it's best if you go to the other type events so that you don't have to deal with longer and longer expedition queues. That would be ideal. Oh, I left electronics components available for this too? Oh yeah, that it did. Alright, let's take that off. We don't need that either. Obviously. So once these Scarab are all butchered up, I think it's probably fine for Quinn to start heading out now. So this will take 8 hours of travel time, and Quinn will go. He should be able to shave that 8 hours to be a little bit quicker. Okay, looking good. How much insect meat do I have now? Oh, hundreds of it. That's kind of a lot. And Quinn's already off. Headed to the Tachyon source. Alright, expedition complete. And now I can unlock the ancient language to research. So here in the research tree, we have ancient language. Enables the reading of ancient alien language and detection of other Tachyon sources. Neat. And where's the balloon? It's not close enough for us to see yet. Batteries are staying nice and full all throughout the night, which is exactly what I like to see. Come on, Quinn, where you be? He'll get here when he gets here. Alright, current priority is to go explore. So I don't at the moment have the liquid fuel to go on another expedition, so it's going to require Simon to cook a few liquid fuels up, but we're just about done butchering all those insects. And I also have them butchering the olfin out here as well. Might as well not have them go to waste. Quinn is almost done observing this tall leafy plant, which is grain cob. There it is. Discovery grain crop. So that's kind of like wheat or oats or something. You know, it's like corn, but not. And we will sow that here. Is the travel time one way? I'm not sure. But he did spend a long time out there, didn't he? Okay, sweet. Simon is making CPU cores. Awesome. So we're not going to have fuel for a bit because Simon is busy making cores. I am going to harvest whatever... Oh, that's just tea. See if there's anything interesting to harvest. Hey, Zero. How you doing? How was playing Zero? Cybert today. Sievert. Wow, that is going to be a lot of syrup. Probably too much syrup, but whatever. Might as well stockpile the syrup. Then I'll never have to farm it myself, which would be convenient. So sweet meat bites, that's something we can make out of syrup, so I'm going to queue that up. I'm not going to use insect meat for that, and I'll do until I have 10 of them. So that's oils, fats, sweet syrup, and meat. It was a blast? Sweet. There you go. Shout out given. Welcome. We are just, you know, surviving the alien planet. Trying to fulfill all of our, you know, sort of creature comforts. So we do have a spare CPU core. I'm not really sure what to use with it, though. I could make another advanced research bench. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll invest in my own research. So I'm going to break down the wooden one, and then to have 2 advanced benches. That way we can research a little bit faster. How's the game treating me? It's actually treating me pretty well. My starting location wasn't ideal because of a lack of forest nearby, but like, it was pretty resource rich, and the land is very easy to farm on, so I have like a ridiculous amount of food. Oh, I think the bug got hostile, or it's not technically a bug, but the Draka got hostile. Oh, hello. Roan. Use the turrets. Don't let it slash you. And you're dead. Yeah, she got a little hurt. Unlike Lara or Simon, who have additional move speed, she can't outrun Draka as well. Ah, we have toxic ash. So, this is a disaster. It causes shortness of breath and reduced movement speed, and prolonged exposure to it can cause blood poisoning. Solar panels produce less power, and then plants grow slower, and farm plants lose health. So it's kind of like a toxic fallout of sorts. Hey, Quinn, I bet you want to go on an expedition, huh? What expeditions are there available? So there's an ancient alien ship and explorer, and I think those are the only 2. It might be wise to get the ancient language research before we do the alien ship, though, but I'll let you pick which one we go on. You have an... Oh, no, you had an infection. We already cured you. So you're bruised and you're fine. So heat pumping, and then maybe after heat pumping, I'll get nanotube printing, which is a kind of a complex one. It also probably means I want a workshop at some point, because I don't have a workshop yet. I've been using my kitchen as a workshop, and it's less than ideal, so I'm going to run out of space. Oh my god, so much syrup. And I'm back up to like 2k food. I could even kick it up even higher because how many animals are around, but I'm not too concerned. It's pretty easy to keep fed with our farming queues as they are. A falling rescue pod. Okay, so there's a crashed rescue pod expedition as well. So I'm going to repull here, because now we have another option. So third option would be the crash rescue pod. Looks like the timer froze. There it goes. Don't forget to build the research bench. Good call. Broke the old one, didn't build the new one. I am going to cancel this Heptagonia harvest because I don't think I need this much syrup. It's more work. I mean, it's just a lot of work that I can cut out of their queue. So the farm is all sown, for better or for worse, because we do have toxic ash. Not sure we're going to get harvest out of it. And heat pumping has been researched. So this allows for air conditioners. If we want to keep specific rooms cooler. I'm going to keep an eye on the external temperature because I don't want to invest in air conditioners if we can help it, because they do cost CPU cores, which means they're relatively expensive, given that I don't have an abundance of CPU cores. So we'll just see if turning off all the heat producing structures keeps us from needing to set up air conditioning. That would definitely help. I don't think it would be a terrible idea for someone else to help with crafting. So Quinn, I'm going to have you start doing it as well, so that I can make CPU cores and fuel at the same time, instead of doing research. Because right now we're not really restricted from research, and it looks like we're going to go to the crashed pod. Nice. So I think I have the fuel. Nope, not yet. Almost. Alright, so here's the fuel that I need for that expedition, I think. Okay, crash rescue pod. We're gonna send Quinn, and away you go, off of this toxic ashed map tile. He's one of the lucky ones, right? And Simon's already queuing up more fuel for next run, which is great. Okay, I'm too late. A mangled body lies twisted on the ground, not far from the crash site. I am going to bury the poor soul and then do some scavenging. And I am under attack, so I'm going to fight instead of run. He came out on top. And I'm going to send him back to camp. So we got a little injured. He got some scratches and bites. But we did the right thing by burying the poor soul that did not survive the crash. Or at least I think so. Here he is. Slept outside, that's a lie. Alright. Emlyn's already heading over to get him healed. Okay. So he is recovering. And I have the Explorer, the Ancient Ship. And you guys wanted me to explore over the Ancient Ship, so I'll get that going. But I'll probably wait a minute, because I do want to have Quinn be an extra researcher for a bit here. Wonder when the next animal wave is coming. So Emmeline, you're out to observe the pointy red plant, which is weird because you're not a particularly good scientist, but okay, sure. While Simon and Quinn are just trying to craft as much as they can craft. Still only have the one CPU core, but I think we're close to having the second one, yeah. And I don't have storage space for the melons. Well, what I could do... I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to store the melons in the shelf here. Because if it decays, it's not a big deal. I have so much extra food. Another thing we could do with the melons is... find a recipe that specifically calls for them, like the buttermelon pie. So once I have a little bit of grain, I can start mass manufacturing buttermelon pie to use up the buttermelons and the grain that we end up harvesting. If we do have a harvest of grain, I have no idea. Oh no, the toxic ash is done. Never mind, I take that back. We should be able to get some grain. We might want to check clothes. Yeah, let's check. So she has trousers that are... that I'm going to quick hot swap. But everyone else is kind of fine. Not too bad. Thank you for tuning in to Stranded Alien Dawn, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhodamont.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I'll catch you next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Stranded.